Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Cade Stone back to you with episode 4 of Banished, Colonial Charter. And for those of you just showing up, make sure that you check out the first 3 videos so you can see what already has happened here in the town. For those of you who have kept up with the entire series, thank you so much, I do appreciate that. And if you haven't done it already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below so you will get the notifications every time I upload a video. Alright, so last time we had an issue that we kind of resolved. We got into the tool spiral. And we have our blacksmith creating tools now. We have a tool limit of 80. We're already at 54. We're in a pretty good position. Now, it was pointed out in the comments that we don't have any clothes. So that is something that we're definitely going to have to take care of. Another thing, I was doing a little bit of research today whenever I was out and about. We need to upgrade our houses. Right now, they're just wood. We definitely need to get into something like stone. The numbers show that stone has like 400% efficiency over wood when it comes to heating. So we're going to be upgrading all of our wood homes into stone homes. Last time we also started an herbalist. And we have a small chapel that's almost complete. Another thing that we definitely need to get in here, and I'm just going to queue this job up right now, is going to be a school. So let's see, let's just do the regular schoolhouse. Yeah, that doesn't take up any more space than a regular home. So we can actually just stick that right over here in the middle. Oh, why is that telling us we can't put that there? Is it because of the herbalist? Probably. We'll stick that right there then. And it looks like that does have a little bit of road access going into it. So let's go ahead and grab the roads tool. And yeah, right there we'll place some dirt road going into the schoolhouse. And that should take care of a lot of our issues right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and unpause the game. And I do have this down to 1x speed. Okay, and one thing I did notice, just as I was taking a quick look around, we have a trader inbound. So that is something that is definitely going to help us out. Hopefully we can get, I don't know, some seeds or something. Now, how are we looking for... Well, right there, our reserve of logs is low. So let's go ahead and set up an order just to manually harvest some of these logs. We're getting pretty far from the town over there. So let's clear out this little area over here of all these old trees. And is our trader in yet? No, he's still over there. Okay, so we'll just wait for the trader to arrive. Yeah, it looks like we have no logs left. And we did have a child named Essie born. Well, let's see, what does it take to upgrade into a stone home? 35 logs, 40 stone. How are we looking? 11 stone right now. So this is going to be a little bit before we're able to complete that. But it is just early spring. Our farmers should be down here working. Yeah, it looks like we have all 4 of them out in the field. So our parsnips should grow very soon. Firewood's low. Once again, it is spring. So we should be fine there. And as soon as this trader docks... There we go. So let's see what they have. They have eggplant and pork. But they don't have any seeds with them. Let's see, this is a grocer, so do they even have seeds? Just going to take a quick look here through what they've got, and it looks like no, they don't. Yeah, unfortunately no seeds there. So we're just going to dismiss them, tell them to be on their way. We don't really need anything they have. Okay, and it looks like, yes, we are completely out of logs, so our firewood stock will not continue to rise until we get that issue resolved. So let's take a look over here and see just exactly how many people we have doing labor. We have 6. That's actually pretty good. At this point, I'm going to bump the speed up at least to 2 times because we definitely want some things done. Yeah, I'm just going to grab all the resources now. We'll just clear out this entire area over here. In doing so, that'll make sure that all the stone and the iron is collected. We're going to need a lot of logs, a lot of stone, just a lot of everything at this point. Now our firewood, we still have the fuel limit set to only 200. And just going to check the inventories of some of these homes. I'm not seeing any in there. Oh, yeah, there it is, right in the middle. So some of our people will start to run out if we don't get this fixed. Firewood and logs are both low. Let's go ahead and bump the speed up to 5 times just to get this job done. And actually, before we even start upgrading some of these, I might add some new houses in here. We're going to need those just to make sure that our population can continue to rise. So let's just grab the regular stone home. We'll rotate this to face the road. Yeah. Looks like that's going to end the road over here. That's fine. Yeah, with the school right here, that's going to screw up our... Yeah, right there it is. It's 1 tile wider. So that is going to mess up this block that we had going, but that'll be 15 houses through here. So we'll get 3 more in during this this year. And the jobs do come on a first come, first served basis. So it'll get done eventually, but that'll be some of the last ones that actually get done. Okay, and as you can see here, the people have almost completely cleared out the trees through this area. Now if we look down here on our forester, that they are going to continue planting through this area. And we want to make sure that we get the stone and, actually I can just use this one, the stone and the iron all out of here. Because as I had guessed last time, yes, whenever there is stone or iron in the area, that does take up room for the trees, so the density of the wildlife, of the, and basically the harvestables in the area would be reduced. So we want to make sure that we get rid of all the rocks. And you'll see our people are out here just mining surface deposits. Okay, now another thing that was brought to my attention that we will want rather soon, let's see, it's in resource production, is going to be a shore house. And what the shore house is going to do, and let's place it over here just a little bit away from our fisherman hut, we'll actually want 2 of these. We're going to want 1 for stone, and 1 for sand, or not stone, 1 for clay, and 1 for sand. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm just checking to see how far I can put this in. Okay, and that will cover it all right there. And of course, because there is a little bit of room inside of them for the roads, we'll place the roads right in there. And that is going to slow our builder down. I think we only have, what, the 1? Alright, there we go. The reserve of food is low. So our hunter's cabin looks like, yeah, there is some space over here that we definitely need the foresters to take care of. And they will be planting all of these as soon as they possibly can. And let's see over here. Yeah, our gatherer, however, is doing a pretty good job. We have 4 people in there now. That's a lot of food that they're bringing in. And what about over here? How are they doing? Okay, so yeah, they're still bringing in bone meal, venison, a lot of venison and duck meat, quite a bit of leather, a few feathers every season from the ducks. And our little forest cluster over here, that is something that is definitely going to take care of us all year round. Whereas if we check our fishing dock over here, the amount they brought in last season was 632. So this is something nice, just to have that steady income of fish. And as we'll see here, our laborers are almost complete with this just box select I did. And they'll cut everything down, they'll haul everything back. And we still have children being born. Let's check and see our projects down here. So we have the chapel. We can go ahead and put one person in here just to work as a priest. Now the herbalist isn't going to be very effective at what they do, simply because I put them here on the edge of town. Yeah, that circle is where they harvest from, not the houses that they supply. So this was probably a bad idea to put this here. We'll tear it down and move it later. I want to get at least one person, but I'm going to have both. That'll just be searching back through here, finding the things that we need, making the medicine, so that our people can stay happy and healthy. Now we need one teacher as well, and that cut through our supply of workers pretty heavily right there. We're down to 5 laborers, and I've been watching down here. We've had a lot of people grow up, become adults. I don't want that closed. Let's go ahead and open it back up. And as you see here, we don't have any dead people since we built our graveyard. So the reason for the schoolhouse is to make sure that our children are educated. Now they won't be entering into the workforce at 11 like they've been doing. But the good thing there is the educated workers are able to produce more points into whatever work they're doing. Now we are in early autumn. Our people are starting their first harvest here. At 5 times speed, pretty much we're getting about 2 years per episode. So we'll get all this harvested, since I do have 4 people working on this. Already have our first stone house almost completed. So they'll complete all 3 of those and then begin working on our sand collection and our clay collection. Okay, and as we see right here, our foresters are doing a pretty good job. They're getting everything replanted over through here. So that's going to be very good for us in the long run. And as you see right there, Autumn 5th year, Deshad has become a student. Now before, he would have become a laborer, grown into an adult. Now the kids are becoming students. We check the house, there's no food in there yet. But we already do have 2 people. Now another thing that we're definitely going to want over here, and I'm going to put another road in that's just going to connect around behind the school. And it's going to go right behind the houses. We are going to place a market over here. And the reason for this market is going to make sure that all of our people get a pretty fair shake. And there we go. We had our first death since we had our graveyard. Rochelle Lenore, the farmer, died during childbirth. So we did have someone able to replace, but that does cut one of our laborers out of there. But as I was saying, the reason for the marketplaces is to make sure that the resources are evenly distributed between the homes. Because the people won't just share, they won't drop things off. As you notice, whenever this house was built, it didn't have any food in it, or any firewood, so it was going to give that notification. Our people are greedy as hell, so they're just going to take what they want. So, yeah, let's see, where's the market at? Market buildings. Okay, we just need a small market. Yeah, that's fine. We'll place it right here on the corner. And with that small market, we'll be able to get someone working in there when it's eventually built, and they will just distribute everything as needed. Okay, good. Our roads are being constructed. It looks like all of these ones are already done. And of course, the roads don't take any resources at all. It's just they're going to go there, they're going to knock on it with a hammer, or the pick a little bit, and then the road's done. So while we wait for laborers to actually bring resources to the places, our builder can just work on things that don't take resources. Now, it's saying that our reserve of food is still low. Let's see. Now, I do have this, and that's going to overlap, yeah, right through here with both of these. How far does that reach? Okay, so I can realistically take a good chunk up here, and that shouldn't really deplete from what our people are using. So I'll just take that right there. And what I'm going to do after I get this all cleared over here, I'm going to start another forest cluster on this side. And this person with this icon right here, that is our industrial fuel creator. Okay, there we go. We have 2 stone homes now. Now this one has no food. Okay, it's got a little bit of food now, but it has no firewood. And that is something that we want to get taken care of by right now. But the wood is coming in. That's going to go over here to our woodcutter. They will start making the firewood, and this person should grab that as soon as they possibly can. Okay, and before it gets much worse, I think I need to start that forest cluster now. So let's see. Okay, I'm going to place that right there, and then let's pull up a road. Just so we can see exactly where that is. Okay, this is going to shoot straight over. Follow the graveyard, and then go south. It's also going to go north and all the way around. This graveyard's pretty much going to be the central point on this side of the river. And since we're doing a forest cluster here, a forest cluster here, and then we have the herbalist here, which, until we move it, I want to make sure that they can work. What we'll do is we will expand in this direction. So the people will need to finish clearing out what they're doing, and then they should come over here and get rid of what they can through here as well. Now, odds are we probably will see some deaths. Yeah, we have a lack of firewood in multiple homes now. And it's just getting to be midwinter at this point. Oh, what does our trader have? Okay, they have a polished gemstone and some arrowheads. I don't think I really need either of those at that point. And what I'm going to do just to kickstart is I'm going to remove all of the firewood from the trading over here for now. So our laborers should start hauling from here down, and whenever they do that, then we'll have that opportunity to actually get things distributed to people. Now the good thing is, even if a house doesn't have firewood, the way the game is set up, people should be able just to hop into one of the buildings that is warm, just to warm up so they don't die. Seems like this is a pretty warm winter. We've already seen the snow go away a couple of times. It's not really sticking right now, and there we go. It's gone away, and it is midwinter. So over here at the Forester Lodge, everything has been cleared out of the way at least. Yeah, we're even getting a rain. It's 35 degrees. So it's not as warm as the winter that I'm in right now, but it's not bad. And unfortunately, I think we're going to have to start removing all resources up through here. We need the iron and the stone out of the way anyway, but this will just let us grab all this wood as well. And in doing so, we might be able to stave off death for another year. Okay, Herbalist, what do you need? Production limit has been reached. I'm going to knock you down to only one. Put one of the people back to labor. Now, if we take a look here at what the Herbalist actually does, I believe that's under Town Services and Medicine. They gather herbs and provide simple health and healing. Okay, and the next thing we're going to want to do is probably get something like a hospital in here. Right now, though, we can't make boards. And I don't want to open up that production line just yet until we get things a little bit more stable. So what are we waiting on here? We're waiting on stone. And it looks like we are... yeah, we're basically out. So have they started moving the firewood out here? Yes, it's already all been taken. So using our own personal reserve over there in the trade depot, we were able to save at least some things. You'll see here that they are getting rid of all this iron around here. We're still waiting on stone here. Alright, there we go. And this shore house just completed as we were about to see what it was doing. We'll have one dig sand. The other one is just waiting on building. And these places only take logs. And these are not in the core game. These are actually from the Colonial Charter mod. So if you're not playing with the Colonial Charter mod, which is available on the Workplace on Steam, or Workshop on Steam, you won't notice these in your game. Okay, so this area is getting cleared out pretty well. It's going to take a little while. We're going to have to set the forester basically to plant only for a little while. Because the forester... I don't want to start harvesting on a young forest. And over here in some of this area where this was pretty sparse, this probably would be considered an old forest at this point. So let's go ahead and bump this up to 4 foresters now. And let's see how we're doing for laborers. Okay, we're down to 2. With the addition of the person here with the small fuel refinery, since they aren't working right now, they are just acting as a temporary for the labor. So we're effectively running with 3 laborers. that is a dangerous spot to be in. Laborers are pretty much the backbone of your entire economy. Right now, though, really there's not much we can do about it. Until some of our students become adults, we're just going to have to wait and deal with what we have. Okay, so our people are getting some of the trees knocked down. And let's see, we're already at a nice 28% yield on our parsnips. So they'll continue to work the crop field. We're still waiting on some stone over here for this stone house. And it looks like we don't really have any in reserve. So another thing we're going to do is just set up a large stone harvest. That should be good right there. Okay, and then the last piece of industry we definitely want to make sure that we get in here is going to be something to take care of our clothing issue. You know, our people are all running around basically naked at this point. They've been here for 6 years. The only clothing we had was just what we brought with us. And we have a lot more people now than what we did. So if we go into production, which is going to be refined resources, underneath of clothing and fabric, we can get a tailor. Now that is going to take 45 logs and 50 stone. So that's quite a hefty investment. But we'll stick them over here in the actual production area. Right back here, close to the stockpiles. And that will give them the ability to get right here to the barn where we have all of this leather. Okay, we've got people needing food. At this point, that's really their own problem. They definitely need to get off their asses, walk over here, and we've got fish. We've got a lot of duck meat. Can't say we don't have it. They're just too lazy to go over there at the moment. Let's see. It's just Ewelling, the fuel refiner. So he's not even working right now. So he definitely needs to just take care of himself. So if this one dies, I can't really say I feel bad for him. Okay, we have more students. We're up to 4 now, so 33 adults, 4 students, and 14 children. And then whenever our marketplace does come into play, then they'll start being able to distribute evenly throughout all of our homes, so that we won't run into these issues where, you know, we've got one house that doesn't have any food in it. And let's see, we're just in midsummer of year 6. Let's see, that's 48, 52, up to 52 population at this point. Honestly, this seems like a pretty stable start for what we've got going on. And there we go, we've got one citizen who is hungry right now, and that's, of course, Ewelling. No inventory. Their clothing at this point is ragged. So, buddy, you had better go take care of yourself, because nobody's going to do it for you. Died of starvation. Sorry there, buddy. Not our problem. Now, this is unfortunate. We had a family of 5 move in. And the real question is, are any of them going to be smart enough to bring food to the house? Well, at this point, I think the answer is going to be no, because someone else grabbed it. Now our parsnips should be coming in very soon. And we have everything we need here except for stone. Stone is the limiting factor there as well. Don't really have anything over there at the moment. So yeah, this Forester Lodge, whenever it gets up and running, this is all going to become forested, and we're going to put another hunter's hut and a gatherer over here as well. I'm almost hoping that we start this harvest soon, because possibly the people are just too slow getting to it at this point. Now, what can you do other than just gathering herbs? Looks like nothing. Can I? No, I'm going to have the farmers take it all back. We have enough time. Okay, there we go. So that took care of everything. Okay, so this person is the company merchant. They have seeds. We don't have enough in trade. Yep, because if you look here, we only have a trade value of 220. And it's going to take 3,500 to get peach seeds. So at this point, I really want this guy to come back. We're just going to need a bit more time. Because our people are stupid. And that's about all it comes down to. So we'll move that up to 60. That'll pull another 40 out of our stocks. The only thing we're using our iron for right now is just making tools. So we'll be able to use that. Okay, we still have... Oh, it went away just for a brief moment, it looked like. Okay, they do... They're bringing just the smallest amount of food over here at the time. Now, who is this? This is Newell. And it looks like he is the fisherman who does live here. I think he's going to starve to death as well. Is anything being delivered? I know we're getting stone. I know we are. It looks like it's all going to the house still. Okay. Let's see, and I think there's a way that we can put this on priority. But I don't know. I'll have to look that up between now and the next episode. We'll just pause this for now. Okay, so that should put priority on here, so everything should be delivered here first, and this should be built. So if we just take a quick look, we are only in late autumn, and it's already 15 degrees Fahrenheit, and dropping. So we need our market, we need our clothier. They already have all the logs they need, so does the stone house. So does the Forester Lodge. So everybody just needs stone. So what's slowing everything down on our food collection? How are we doing over here, fishermen? They're still gathering about 600 a season. So it's something for the people to do. I might get rid of that whenever things get a little bit better. Getting a lot of venison and duck meat from the gatherers. We're getting a lot of food. So yeah, this will go in. We'll get a gatherer's hut next to it. maybe even 2 gatherers' huts. I don't know which one would be most efficient, if we only went with 1 or if we actually got 2. So we'll just have to see. You see that trees are dying. That wasn't someone cutting that one down that you saw fall. That was just one falling from being old. There we go. Start mining that stone. Thank you. It's about time. So our laborers will pick that up. I don't even know if they'll go all the way to the stockpile. It looks like they only went there to grab more. So that stone is coming over here to the small market. So we'll get the small market completed. We'll also get the tailor and the forester lodge. Whenever that's done, we'll restart this stone house. Let them complete that. But at this point, I think we have everything set up for our success in the next episode. So I want to thank you very much for stopping by. Once again, my name is Cade Stone. You have a wonderful day.